So Thao and Tung, thank you for being, coming here in our exhibition, Concept Context and Contestations. Maybe perhaps first thing I want you to do is to introduce yourself first, and then we'll talk about the works later. Yeah. So maybe have the lady first.
Hello. My name is Thao Nguyen Phan. I'm come from Vietnam, same as Tung. And I grew up in Ho Chi Minh City. But then for undergrad, the final year of my undergrad, I left the art school in Vietnam and came to study in Singapore for a year. After that, I feel like the kind of art I do is not really relates to the one that I studied in school in Vietnam. So I decided to go overseas, and luckily I got in the MFA program at School of the Art Institute of Chicago, and I just graduated this year and come back to Vietnam.
Right. And Tung, please.
I'm Tung Mai from Saigon, Vietnam. Yeah, I born there in Saigon, and I study design, multimedia design at the RMIT University, Australia.
Yeah.
And I didn't intend to be an artist, but I went after Singapore Biennale in 2008, and I feel that art is something really interesting. And I decided to start learning and making art. Still now I'm still learning and making. Yeah, and being. I think I could be an artist, could be not really an artist. I'm not a full-time artist. I have another job. I'm working, but I'm still regularly working and attending the art scene.
And you're working in the gallery, right?
In a gallery, and also assistant for a professor in Denmark.
Ah, I see. Yeah. I think what's interesting in the shows that we have older Vietnamese artists, but they're actually based in Hanoi. And then in the selection of young generation artists, actually most of them, which is also Khan, based in Ho Chi Minh City, right? You both based in Ho Chi Minh City. So I think another interesting question for me is to talk about context of the works that you do and then exhibit here with CCC within the city, the situation in the city itself of Ho Chi Minh City. So maybe you want to elaborate on the works that you've done for us for this show. Yeah.
So for my piece, it's a kind of process-based piece, and I started the idea a year ago when I was still in Chicago, and now I kind of develop it into a collective work. So even though it looks visually quite simple and it looks kind of clean and neat and in a way doesn't have a human touch in it, it's more like a display kind of class thing. But
Which is the glass installation that you did.
Yes, with objects, with found objects. And when I was thinking about the idea for the show, because it relates to Southeast Asia, also about the collective, at first it was so hard for me to think that this piece can relate, because it looks, it's very different from how I think about a collective work. And then I talked to you and I talked to Iola, and the decision comes when I just naturally found the process of the piece. It's very interesting, in which I didn't do the artwork myself, but I asked people to donate the work for me, and their donation is something that is quite abnormal, so it's not normal, and it relates to symptoms and illness, and about trauma, which is something that I'm very interested in. And it also relates to Vietnamese history as well. So at first I got a very big kidney stone that I was given from a man in Vietnam, and at first he sent his kidney stone from Vietnam to America, in which I exhibit only one of them in Chicago as an artwork, accompanied by a description that I wrote like a fictional story about the stone.
That's a degree show.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then in the BACC show, I have started to collect more of the kidney stones, and the context become different because I come back to Vietnam, and I am the one who go directly to meet the patients and convince them to see if they can donate the stone to me. And the process is kind of weird, and it's very bizarre things happen, because most people, when they got sick, they don't like to talk to strangers, and they don't like to share information. So the way I interpret into their life and kind of asking for their favor in a way, kind of disturbing, but poetic at the same time, because it's like they give a part of their body to me and exhibit as an artwork. And then it also relates to the postcard piece that I kind of printed out and given for people. So I saw a relationship with another story that even this one is more about the inner side, and this one is more about the outer. Because this one is relates to more like political and social. In which I took a story about a farmer found a rock in her garden, in her pond, and then the government just come in her house and like confiscated her rock and give her a fine, and she spent so much time, put so much effort in terms of asking for the rock back. So I think she's kind of an artist, like fighting for her rights, and I found it's an interesting relationship between the two objects. Without the context, nobody can get it, but if they understand the context, then it can create a conversation.
So in a way, it's also you're seeing the patients who has the disease as as artists who generate that little sculpture, let's say,
I think
of
so.
objects.
I think so. So I'm not really like an artist, but I'm more just like the one who selects the objects.
Oh, I see. All right. Thank you. And then I think it's quite similar as well. We with Tung, the way in which you work, because I remember that I first saw your work, the medicines series, the one that you exhibit in Burma, right? There's one in
the first
Burma.
one, and then the second one in Burma.
In Burma, oh yeah. And then maybe you can talk about the series, and then this time the third one in Bangkok.
Yeah. Actually I started the series 2 years ago when there's an exhibition funded by the French government about counterfeiting, and I got selected, and I submitted a proposal of making a piece. At that time I just think about making a piece for the exhibition, but actually when I start making the piece, and I feel that it's really inspiring, so I have to think about it, and I dig inside my concept and build up the series and started the series. I call it Edu Vita, which means education vitamin for counterfeiting. And the second one of my series is another work for Southeast Asian ASEANs. I call that Solivita, which is solidarity vitamin. And the third one, which is the one for BACC this time, is the Aluvita. So I found that the concept of this exhibition is really interesting, and also matching with what I'm doing. So I just keep making my work. It's just another chance for me to show the new work. Because I really, actually, to be honest, I don't really want to show one work or many exhibitions. Want to be really dynamic, making more work, new work. So I get back to the series. The series is about curing the society illness. So we have a lot of social problems like war and conflict, cultures and other things. So I just go inside that and making the medicine to cure that.
Right. Yeah.
For example, the counterfeiting is for the idiovita is for counterfeiting, making fake medicines.
Yes. Yeah.
And the second one is talking about the failures of the conference between 10 Southeast Asian in Phnom Penh 2000, if I remember exactly, 2012, no, 2011, 2012.
Okay.
When China got a lot of influence to Cambodia, so
Cambodia.
the conference was broken up because there's no agreement between. This is the first time 10 countries can't make any decisions on the issue in the south, in the East Sea
Because of the influence.
influence, big,
outside,
yeah. So but my theory is I don't really go deep into something serious, something making people crying, people feel really bad. I just want to make it something simple but ironic. So I play with that idea, and I think making a real medicine is impossible because actually, firstly, my background is not the pharmacist or a doctor, so I'm making vitamin something better because it also matches with the concept that vitamin is something that makes people feel healthier.
Yeah, something with
not,
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, vita.
Yeah. So this time, for the work is Vita is because I'm thinking of this idea a long time ago, but I don't really want to work on this because of the sensitive issues that we facing in Vietnam. But finally, I decided to make it because I found another way to play with it. Vita is talking about the wasting of aluminum all around the world. It's not just only in Vietnam, but also in everywhere. So we keep mining, we keep making new aluminum, but we don't recycle enough. So we just throw them away, and in the next hundreds years, our future generation will suffer a lot because of our dumps, and we better recycle it. And also, when we recycle it, we reserve the nature and the natural resources, and we also saving the earth. We also saving the nation. What happened in Vietnam is that the government allowed another company, like a foreign company, especially Chinese company, come to Vietnam to do the mining. That's challenging the national security. Because what we all know all around the world is that Chinese company come to any country, they bring their own staff there, and they destroy the national. So we better. I don't really focus on Chinese government or Chinese company, but this is the real thing happen. So we need to recycle it in order to have a better life.
Yeah, I think it's interesting in the way in which when we put artists together, we found that maybe your generation have a kind of different way in which you talk about the social situation and politics in Vietnam with this kind of censorships that's happening. So before we end this interview, I think maybe the last question is what will be the next things that you are doing right now, or what is the thing that you are developing at this moment, both of you, the aesthetics practice? Maybe it's from Tung first.
Sorry, I will do it. I keep making medicine until I make a whole pharmacy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my ambition. So I try to make a real big shop with all the jars with medicine everywhere in the big shelves, and have somebody staying there, like someone who's selling the medicine, like a pharmacist staying there. That will be the last installation and somehow performance. That's it. I will start making it, but the next series will be working with lead, the material, the kind of metals, but soft metal. But what I'm thinking is that we have a lot of toys for children to play, but we also using lead. We put lead inside it. It's not good for the children and for all of us. Even we are grown men. So I'm playing with that, so I will make another work about it,
Okay.
another medicine, and another ironic thing.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
I found an interesting connection between my project and your work.
Oh,
Because
wonderful.
Yeah, because
That's the thing.
somehow we talked about illness in a way,
Right.
Yeah.
but then when you talk about, in a way, a proposal, how to cure it or how to make it better, and for me, I'm more just like representation of a condition. So I just give it as neutral as it
Right.
is, and there's
I see.
no way to make it better or make it worse. So pretty similar to what you're thinking, in which making the work bigger or more diverse. I'm also thinking of collecting more of the stone objects, because each of them are very different in terms of visual or chemical, and the kind of narrative and the kind of background story that individual person who has
Right,
that also
yeah.
very interesting, in which I haven't represent yet, because I feel like it's something like personal story that can be harmful for the person to tell to
I see.
everyone. But now I'm just more like a story collector, in which I collect collective story. So maybe it's gonna be somehow like a collection in which individual persons can be a part of it. Yeah, and the rest of the piece, like this project, I also working on other things, and my works tend to be quite fragmented, because the way I see things, like a postmodern condition in which we couldn't really see the whole, but we see in parts.
Yeah.
And right now, I just like discovering the parts and the fragments everywhere, especially in Southeast Asia or in Vietnam, in which we are developing. There's so many things going on, and nothing is done yet.
Right.
So my job is like collecting the things that people left over. So right now, I'm trying to build up a kind of fictional history of myself and my nation, in which I used, for example, in my previous show at Sound Art in Vietnam, I worked with jute, which is the plant that Japanese military forced Vietnamese farmer to plant during the Japanese occupation in World War II, in which result in a famine. 2 million people died.
I see.
So it's something with a context that everyone forgets. So I kind of interested in those kind of things that look simple but have kind of explicit content.
Explicit content.
Yeah.
Yes.
So right now I'm just exploring more about that,
I see.
and this piece is one of the series.
Okay. All right. Thank you, you two.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.